Hey, what is it, be sexy beast? GhostSickness, Tristan here. Now, boy, do I have a story for you. Now, no, this isn't about a time I got super shit-faced one time, super blackout drunk, and then I don't remember what happened the night before, and people had to fill in the gaps. This is actually a story that I was reminded of yesterday when I was making ghostly advice. Actually, this morning when I was making ghostly advice. And it's basically a night that I still don't know what the fuck happened on, okay? I still am confused to this very day about what events actually transpired that night, and it's a pretty funny story, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, the reason ghostly advice reminded me of this story was I was a third wheel one time, and I've been a third wheel more than one time, but this was the main time I was a third wheel, and it's never again, you know what I mean? Like, kind of that shit. So I was like, all right, well, my friend and I wanted to hang out, and he was like, hey, man, are you cool if I bring my girlfriend or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And ironically, you guys are gonna fucking love this. You guys are gonna die. This happened, dude, I want to say in 8th grade, all right? I want to say this shit happened 8th grade or like freshman year, all right? So I want to say this shit happened freshman year, okay? So I was friends with this girl, and she was dating one of my friends as well. Now, this girl, believe this or not, okay, this girl was the story from my first time eating out and the what happened after. So this girl and I used to be super tight. We used to be good friends, best friends, everything like that. And she was dating one of my guy friends. And so they're like, hey, do you want to hang out some night or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. You know, I don't really have any other people to hang out with or whatever tonight. So, yeah, we decided to go to the arcade. And it's like, sweet, yeah, let's go to the arcade. You know, let's go bowling, let's play some games, let's, you know, maybe go mini golfing or ride some go-karts or some shit, you know, whatever, just kid shit, alright, just kid shit. So we go to the arcade and we do a bunch of bullshit that doesn't really even matter. Like, I don't even remember. We played a couple of, like, games against each other, and I think we bowled a little bit and went to, like, the batting cages. That was pretty much it, because we weren't old enough to use the go-karts at this time, I don't believe, without, like, parent consent or whatever. And we were just waiting there trying to hang out, and it was cool. And I was like, okay, cool. So later in the night, and like I said, it's at night. This is probably, like, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock. We end up going outside. Now, we're sitting outside on these park benches, and they are just going at it, dude. They are just making out like crazy, and I'm just sitting there bored as fuck, like on my phone, like, oh my god, yes, I had a phone back then. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? It was just a texting phone, man. I didn't have internet. I didn't have a smartphone back then. You know, smartphones weren't a thing. This was, you know, 5-6 years ago, where smartphones were really not very popular. And so I'm on my fucking flip phone, or, you know, it wasn't a flip phone, it was like a slide texting phone, just texting or doing whatever the fuck I could do while they're just fucking macking on each other. They're just making out hardcore, and I'm just sitting there like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, can I just go home? Can I get out of this shit? Like, my mom's not gonna pick me up till like 9:30. Like, what the fuck? So I'm just sitting here like bored as a motherfucker on my phone, and then they're like, all right, so they're like, we're gonna leave for a second. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, you know, you guys do your thing. So they go behind this like little shed, and like I said, it's pretty late outside. There's not a lot of people at this arcade, and we are outside right now. So it was like an indoor outdoor arcade. It was like a fun center, and basically there's you know, go-karts and batting cages, everything like that outside, and then inside's where most of the games are and the bowling, etc. Right? So they go behind this little shed, and they're asking me to, like, keep lookout for them or whatever, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You guys do your thing. And so I'm on my phone, I'm playing, and then they come back, and they're like, dude, close your eyes and cover your ears for a second. We need to talk about this. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are immature. So whatever, I will do that. So I cover my ears, la, 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 la. No, I didn't do that shit, but I covered my ears, closed my eyes until they're done, which took them, like, dude, I want to say, like, 30 seconds to a minute, and then they tap me on the shoulder or some shit, and they're like, hey, you know, we're good or whatever, and we don't want to talk about what happened in front of you. I'm like, why not? What did you guys do? And they're like, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you. I'm like, what did you guys do, you know, behind that fucking barn? And they're like, don't worry about it. You know, we're not going to tell you. That's private information. We're just going to keep that a secret. And I'm just like, is this fucking Area 51 over here? Like, what is going on? What do you mean you're going to keep it a secret? Why can't I know? Like, why is it such a big deal? They're like, you know, it's sexual related. It's sexual related. Sorry, we're not going to tell you. And I'm just like, okay. And I felt super awkward and out of place. Like, dude, this entire night has just been these two being like super cute or whatever. And obviously this girl was fire, dude. This girl was super attractive. Definitely watch those stories after watching this one. So I was like, what the fuck, dude? And so I'm just like, sitting there on my phone, but just baffled, just like out of my mind. I'm just like, I want to go home. I'm too fucking done with this shit. Mom, come pick me up. So anyway, like my parents picked me up, and honestly, I asked them a few years later. I both asked him and her, like, hey, so remember that one time at the arcade when you guys went behind that little shack thing? What did you guys end up doing? They're like, don't worry about it. We're not going to tell you. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, neither. He didn't even tell me, all right? He did not honestly end up telling me what the fuck happened that night. He did not end up telling me what they did or whatever. And this is like my bro. This is my homie. He's like, dude, some things just need to stay a secret. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, is it really that big of a deal? Like, did she suck your dick? Did you give her, did you finger her? Like, is it really that big of a deal? Like, why can't I know? And I still have no idea what happened that night, dude. I have to ask this guy on Facebook, okay? This guy's a good friend of mine. Not really a good friend of mine, but he's a friend of mine. And I really have to ask him what happened that night because I gotta know, dude. I gotta know. So if I find out what happened that night, I will let you guys know. But I honestly think she like gave him head or some shit. And it didn't go very well. Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. But they were all over each other, super fucking horny. And when they would talk about it, they had to have me cover my ears. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys are so immature. Anyway, that's just kind of a random story. But basically, my first time being a third wheel and my first and last time being a third wheel because I'm not going to go through that shit again. Like, oh, lovey-dovey couple stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this is cool. This is fucking great. Anyway, I guess have you guys ever been in this situation? Have you ever been in this fucking situation? Enjoy. Leave a like on it. Stay sexy, you beast. GhostSickness. And I'm out. I'm leaving, guys. Have a good night.